Hey guys, Youngblood with you for a quick yawing and jawing. Found just a little bit of time on a lunch break to put one together for you, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about some of the optimization stuff before I have to, take a little bit of time off, and it's not significant. I should be back by like next Thursday or something, so about a week. Okay, so some things that we've heard so far. Well, first off, let's start off with the PS4 stuff. I'll post a link to the two articles I'm going to be referring to, but Higby talked about the PS4 a little bit. He confirmed that it's not going to be cross-platform, which I think we all knew. The biggest issue there is it's supposed to be logistical, and basically what he means by that is that the PS4 has to go through different Q&As and checks and balances and all sorts of different additional processes that result in longer times to be updated. So if there's two different versions of the game, one for PC and one for PS4, you can't really have players playing against each other. So I don't think anybody really expected to see cross-platform, but it was definitely confirmed that it's not happening. Mozzie. What just hit me? And why am I upside down? What is he shooting at? Did the guy bail or something? Oh, yep, he bailed. Or just that's his dead body, I'm not sure. Anyways, so yeah, we're not actually going to see that. Now, he did claim again that the PS4 version is going to be have the graphics that are equal to the highest settings possible, which I assume he means ultra on on PC. Now, I'm telling you, he sure as hell better have, some good plans as far as the optimization is concerned, because I'm going to be pissed if my, $1,200 PC or whatever the total is now that I've made all these changes to it, actually is going to, if it's going to end up being played better on a console than this. So I'm hoping he's got some good plans for that, and I'm sure it's something that they've mentioned being addressed. So, until I hear otherwise, I'm going to assume it was. The reason I'm running right now is I saw two Mozzies over there. At least I thought I did, and I wasn't in a great position to engage. Sometimes it's better to run and live and re-heal versus running into something stupid. I'm slowly learning that. Anyways, so yeah, I would be a little peeved if the PS4 outperforms my rig, but what can you say? So, as far as optimization goes, Higby said that the number one reason that players are leaving the game... Why do I keep shooting up here? What am I missing? He said the number one reason that people are leaving the game right now is performance. And he said that when he stops playing... Oh, boy. When he gets tired and needs to rage quit, the reason behind that is almost always performance-based. Which is something that I think we can all relate to. He's playing, he gets killed by somebody because of lag, or... maybe he disconnects during a good gaming. I mean, we all get frustrated with that. So that's something that he said is a primary focus, and they've run like little test groups and focus groups, and that's been one of the main reasons that people are saying that they're leaving the game. So with that in mind, they're working on optimization, like I've mentioned before, and with that, what they're doing is they're hitting it from a whole bunch of different areas. This may be a stupid plan, going after a mosquito where there's bursters and turrets. Let's see if I can sneak around a little bit. So yeah, the physics, they're looking at a notepad and trying to fly. I hope I don't hit a mountain. Yeah, I mean, one of the things that they're working on is the physics, and they've actually said that they're changing the detail by distance. So, things that are... well, let me put it this way. When you're in a big fight, every explosion, everything that you see is something that's being rendered. And it has to be... Wah, wah. It has to be done by the actual engine itself. And when the engine is involved, that's what takes a big toll on performance, or at least is one of those things. Nope. So with that in mind, if they're making changes, that's great. Now, what sort of graphical impact this is going to have, they're not sure of. Now, I like that PS2 is a very pretty game, you know, especially if you can play on some of the higher settings. You know, there's a lot going on. It's pretty. The explosions are fun, especially when you can actually play with, physics on, and that's for obviously for the NVIDIA people. Now, so anyways, I want to see the performance increase. We all want to see the performance increase, but we don't want to see a tremendous decrease in the visual aspect of this game either. How significant that's going to be, we're going to need to just kind of wait and see. But I commend them for at least attempting that approach, because I think reducing some of the graphical strain obviously makes sense towards improving overall performance. One that I would have never thought of as being a big issue, but apparently is the Doritos, the little indicators over people's heads. Apparently when you're tracking that many players, and that many, it's all data. Everything in the game is data that has to be run through the server and processed. And it has a tremendously negative benefit or impact on performance. So they're making some changes to the Doritos, i.e., like how far away you see Doritos, how many people are actually showing up. Is it only when they're spotted or when you're near to people? God, there's too many active towers over there right now. They're not sure on what the overall impact is actually going to be with that. So I'll be interested to see what sort of changes they make and how it actually impacts gameplay. Speaking of that, they are talking about like player updates. Now, player updates come in when you've got... Ooh, friendly. Player updates come in when you're talking about call-outs, vocals. I mean, it can be anything like there's an enemy over there, or bullets being fired, and all of those types of things is stuff that the actual server has to process. Whoa, was that a Dalton round? Oh, and I'm right over turrets now. Beautiful. Move. So, they're talking about reducing that stuff. Now, it obviously, it depends on what the system's actually doing. And I'm not a coder, I'm not a game developer, so I don't have a clue on a lot of this stuff. But if the system... Must have been a max. If the system is actually processing stuff from people that are too far away that you wouldn't actually hear anyways, it makes sense to remove that aspect. So they're making changes to those player updates. They're going to happen a little bit less frequently, and as a result, there's going to be less strain on the system. So again, anything that's less is more for performance. And then they mentioned this list of animation changes, and maybe you guys that are more technically adept than I am will actually understand what the hell they're talking about, because I sure as hell didn't. But I'll post a link to that. They're making some changes with animations, and hopefully that's supposed to impact performance as well. Alright, let's go over to an area with a little bit more action. Or at least action that I can deal with in this vehicle. Other things that they're talking about, and this one makes a whole lot of sense to me, is visibility and occlusion. How far away... God, there it is again. How far away you can actually see enemy craft when they're actually rendering. So it's talking about render distance. It's also talking about, can you see an enemy vehicle or something. So if you think about, a fighter being behind a building, a static object, it doesn't really need to be rendered. There's no reason that it needs to be there, because you can't see it anyway. So why is the server doing all this work? Come on. Why is the server doing all this work to make it so you can see it when it shouldn't actually be seen for the purpose of gameplay? Oh, God! Well, that sucked. Alright, so I'll finish up just these last couple of things then. So yeah, they're changing the render distance overall. I'm not sure if that's just the vehicles or stuff that you can see. They're also going to be doing line of sight stuff. So if you're behind a building, you're not going to render. That's going to help. Finally, they're also doing multi-core support, finally, and focusing on AMD processors, but it's going to benefit all of the different processors. That's going to be huge, and that's going to be probably the single biggest thing towards your overall personal performance if you've got a multi-core machine. Okay, so that's it for now on this stuff. That's the way the series goes. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Stay tuned. I'll probably try and squeeze in another one if I can, where I'll talk about population imbalance and how they're planning on fixing that, and a couple other things. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.